Laser sights increase confidence regardless of experience level, whether you're learning the fundamentals or overcoming aging eyes. Crimson Trace, making laser sight standard equipment. Visit crimsontrace.com to find a dealer near you.
This is Tom Gresham's Gun Talk, now available on iTunes and other podcast clients, and on the free Gun Dealio smartphone app for iPhone and Android. Feel free to call Tom now at 1-TOM-TALK-GUN or 866-825-5486, or email Tom at guntalk.com. Now, once again, here's Tom.
All right, let's do this one more time. Hey, I'm Tom Gresham. I am your host on Gun Talk. If you'd like to join us, pretty easy, actually. Just call us at 866-TALK-GUN, or honestly, it's just easier to remember. If you just dial 1 if you're on a regular phone. If you're on your cell, you don't even have to do that. Just dial Tom Talk Gun. That'll get you in here. We're open lines this hour. If there's an issue that you'd like to talk about, the election, where, by the way, the Second Amendment is on the ballot in the federal election because Hillary Clinton says you do not have a right to own a gun. She doesn't exactly say it that way. She says the Supreme Court got it wrong on the Heller decision. The Heller decision, of course, being the one that says you have an individual right to own a gun. She says she would undo the Heller decision, which means she would undo the Second Amendment. Now, I always love it. She says, well, this would be consistent with the Second Amendment. No, it's consistent with her interpretation of what she wishes the Second Amendment said. She wishes it said that you don't have a right to own a gun and only the National Guard has a right to own a gun. That's what everybody thought. That's what all the liberals wanted to push. But with the Heller decision, we have a Supreme Court decision, although she won't issue those words anymore. She's actually changed what she says. Now she says that when Justice Scalia's decision, she won't even say it was a Supreme Court decision. Majority, Justice Scalia's decision, that bad old guy, he's dead now, thank goodness. Oh, my God, I'm so glad we got rid of that guy. Vultures. So she says we must get rid of the decision, which means we must get rid of the Second Amendment, which means, I circle back to this, the Second Amendment is on the ballot this November. Wow. And let's see, we have President Obama saying that, says we've got people who are known to have been on ISIL websites and are living here in the U.S., U.S. citizens. He says, and we're allowed to put them on the no-fly list when it comes to the airlines, but because of the National Rifle Association, I cannot listen to this. He is the vertical pronoun president, by the way. I cannot prohibit them from buying a gun. No, sir, you can't. Why would that be? Well, let's see. Flying on an airliner is not a constitutional right. Could that be part of it? Yes. And owning a gun is a constitutional right. There is a method by which you can get people put on a list where they can't buy guns. You have to charge them with a crime, and then you must convict them of a crime. So if your Justice Department has information on somebody and they can charge them with a crime and then get a conviction in a court of law, then you can put them on the no gun buy list. But not just by saying, I don't like what you look at on the internet. Oh my God, does that not frighten anyone else? I don't like what you look at on the internet, therefore I will forever, for the rest of your life, strip you of your ability to buy, own, touch firearms. That's what he wants. Wow. Line 2, Chuck's with us out of Texas. Hey, Chuck, what's going on with you and Yahoo, man?
Well, Tom, we're under assault. You know how when you get your email with Yahoo or Google, you kind of get the entire package? And now if you buy an AT&T cell phone, the default browser and email system is Yahoo. So what's happened is, of course, I have both. And about a week ago when we started hearing the commercials about Wayne LaPierre, donate your car to the NRA. All of a sudden, Yahoo, if you're even trying to check the Yahoo weather or anything else, you'll end up pulling up the all stories and the news of the day and stuff like that. All of a sudden, they had all of these articles on the scams with donating your cars and be careful, and it gave some legitimate ones and, you know, all of that sort of thing. And then I started noticing, you know, they've got all these things grouped by sports or society or whatever. And, of course, to get to whatever you want, you got to scroll through the others. All of a sudden, there were these weird things that appeared daily about my boyfriend wanted us to get a gun for safety until he shot me in the face with it. And that's been running every day. You have to go through that one to get to whatever you're looking for. And then on the front, today, they've got a picture of the liar-in-chief with in front of a PBS NewsHour bunch of lemmings. Obama had some strong words for a gun store owner who confronted him at a town hall event in Indiana. And all of a sudden, we're getting a bunch of negative coverage on Donald Trump. Jake Tapper grills Trump and, you know, yada, yada, yada. So apparently, all right, now...
Let me jump in here, Chuck. Chuck, let me jump in here. Okay, here's what's going on. If you go and look at any websites that have to do with guns, they know that. They're watching you. They're tracking you. And then they're putting their spin on it. It goes back to what I wrote about back in October of last year in the Washington Times. I was talking about how Facebook, YouTube, Yahoo, Google all have these anti-gun bents, and they start to color what you see. It was 5 years ago, people, when I started talking about what if they decided to just switch the search algorithms ever so slightly so that when you looked up gun safety, all you got was the gun control messages. And so people just start thinking, well, gun safety is gun control, just by virtue of the algorithm, search algorithm that Google uses or Yahoo uses. My advice to you, Chuck, is to dump that browser, get Firefox, which doesn't do that as far as I am aware. But also understand this, that when you go to various websites, there will be ads that pop up that are targeted to you based on your browsing history. And that's why I use AdBlock or AdBlock Plus. They're not sponsored. It's just a free program that I use, and it blocks most of the ads on most of the websites out there. So you can get it for your phone, you can get it for your computer and all the rest. So now I don't see all that junk, and browsing is just a whole lot easier. But I am aware, and Chuck, I thank you for your call. Absolutely true. We are absolutely under assault everywhere you turn, online, in the media, everywhere you go, and you have to be aware of it. Now, of course, another thing to do is, if you change your browser, send a note to Yahoo, or whomever it is, and say, just want to let you know I've dumped your browser because of this garbage that you keep sending me. But also understand that based on where you go on the internet, you will see ads that are tailored to you. Some say, well, that's good. That way I get to see things I'm interested in. Okay. But what if I use that to target you and send those other messages? I just block them. Just makes my browsing a whole lot easier. How do you handle such things, or do you even see such things? Are you more aware now than in the past of this constant barrage of anti-gun messages presented as fact? Have you been seeing that? 866-TALK-GUN.
Accurate, powerful, consistent. At Double Tap Ammunition, we offer 364 loads in 83 calibers that give you exactly what you've been looking for. Try us out at www.doubletapammo.com and use the promo code GUNTALK for 10% off your order.
If you're looking for a safe and trusted way to sell your firearms, look no further than Dury's Gun Shop. I trusted them to sell my dad's collection. They built their business for over 50 years on honesty and customer service. Dury's Guns will buy any size collection or estate, none too big or too small. Selling your firearms to Dury's Guns is easy. Go with the pros. I trust Dury's Guns. Dury'sGuns.com.
Want to customize the look of your firearm and give it ultimate durability? Well, don't paint it, Cerakote it. Cerakote is a spray-on ceramic polymer coating that uses state-of-the-art technology to achieve superior abrasion resistance and corrosion protection. Field-proven and trusted by manufacturers and gun owners like you, Cerakote is the industry's unmatched performance leader. In lab testing and real-world applications, Cerakote outperforms the competition every time. See for yourself and find a local certified applicator near you at Cerakote.com. Choose the best. Choose Cerakote and finish strong.
If you're like me, you don't have money to burn, but you still want to buy guns, ammo, and accessories. That's why we created Gun Dealio. That's a free, yes, a free smartphone app. Just download it and start getting the deals. Could be discounts, offers of free magazines for your gun, or you could be the first to hear about new stuff from gun makers. Here's how it works. With Gun Dealio on your phone, you get alerts when you enter a gun store. Special deals, you know. You don't have to do a thing. It'll do a lot of other cool things, like let you watch gun videos and listen to Gun Talk podcast. Plus, check it anytime for hundreds of deals and offers. Getting more while spending less. Smart, huh? Gun Dealio. Made in America. Gluten-free. At the App Store and Google Play or GunDealio.com.
At Double Tap Ammunition, we hand inspect every round that we make, and we use only the best components to give you the best ammunition on the market. Try us out at www.doubletapammo.com and use the promo code GUNTALK for 10% off your order.
All right, back with you, going to the phones. By the way, if you'd like to join us, 866-TALK-GUN. Line 4, Ben, Oregon, Portland. Hey, Ben.
Say, Tom, when the Obama administration was running against Hillary, they called her Shrillery, and it was a very effective title, and she's more shrill now than she's ever been. So let's give her her title back, Shrillery.
You know, I would just appreciate it if you could get even a modicum of coverage as opposed to cover, because the media provides her cover rather than coverage. And, I mean, watch her being interviewed by George Stephanopoulos. It's not an interview. It's a love fest. It's amazing. And, Ben, I agree with you. Thank you for the call. I hear people say, well, she's not going to do away with the Second Amendment. Are you crazy? And I get it that it may be like a multi-step thing, and maybe some people haven't thought it through or don't understand how it would work. And I want to say, look, if you would give me 2 minutes of uninterrupted time, I can explain the whole thing for you. 2 minutes. Of course, an interviewer from one of these news programs will never do that. Hold on just a second here. Ooh, better. Okay, so here's the 2 minutes. Here's how it's going to work. How would you get rid of the Second Amendment without outlawing it? Well, what do we mean when we say get rid of the Second Amendment? Could it still be on the books as an amendment, but have no weight, no meaning behind it, no rights conveyed or protected? Okay, what if you eliminated all gun sales? Well, you can't do that. Really? No, well, Congress would never vote for that. Really? Except that Hillary says she wants to undo the law, the Protection and Lawful Commerce in Arms Act. That's the law that says you can't hold a gun maker or a gun seller responsible for the misdeeds of a third party. So a gun maker makes a perfectly fine, safe gun, and somebody ends up using that gun to rob a bank or shoot somebody. Somehow we're supposed to hold Ruger responsible for that. That's what Hillary wants. Okay, here's how this works in the real world. You don't have to pass anything. You simply eliminate that protection. You get one single decision against a gun maker. One. One decision that says, Ruger, Smith & Wesson, anybody, you are responsible, somehow financially responsible, for some criminal who misused your gun. What do you think is the real-world response to that? They will close their doors. Every gun company will shut down. Every gun store will shut down. You start holding gun stores assuming they did nothing wrong, okay, that's the way the law is. If somebody makes a defective product, you can sue them. They don't have protection against that. If a gun store breaks the law and sells a gun to somebody who shouldn't have had it, and they know that, then they can be held responsible for that. But if they follow all the laws and they make a non-defective product, and you still want to hold them responsible, legally responsible, financially responsible for the misdeeds of somebody else, that is nothing more than a recipe for shutting down all gun sales in the country. If you shut down all gun sales in the country, have you not essentially eliminated the Second Amendment? And that's what she's calling for. More than that, she and President Obama have both said we need to look at Australia as a guide. Because people say, well, nobody's talking about confiscation. Really? Do you not know what that means? In Australia, where they confiscated guns, and Hillary and President Obama both say, we need to look at the model of Australia as something we should take a look at possibly doing here. In other words, they're saying we should consider confiscating guns, taking them away from people who own them now. So, 2 steps. They're both calling for this. Number one, destroy the firearms industry, shut down all gun making in America, shut down all gun stores in America with the simple fact of the measure of getting rid of this Protection and Lawful Commerce and Arms Act. And number two, calling for gun confiscation. So we can eliminate the sale of guns, we can eliminate the manufacture of guns, and then we will come get them. Well, nobody will turn them in. Yeah, they will. And here's why. Because they'll say, here's the deal. If you're caught with one of these prohibited guns, it's going to be 20 years in the federal penitentiary. 20 years. And when you see them hauling the first 5 or 10 or 20 people out of their homes, with the SWAT teams rolling in, kicking in the doors, flashbangs going off because somebody had a couple of semi-automatic firearms in there, and they drag them off and they send them to prison, other people are going to turn them in. And you give them 10 or 20 or 30 years of educating, with big quotes around educating, young people will start turning in their grandparents. Oh, yeah, I know. My granddad, he's still got an AR-15 hidden in the back there. Boom, here comes the SWAT team kicking in the doors. It's not paranoia, people. It's already happening. Go to New York. When somebody dies, the police show up at their house. Because now the owner of the permits for the guns is gone, and they pick up the guns. It's not paranoia if it's already happening. So for those who say, well, they're not going to get rid of the Second Amendment. They said so. They said they support the Second Amendment. They support the Second Amendment as they understand it, or they want it to be, which is simply this. The police and the military can have guns and you can't. That's what the Second Amendment means to them. So, who knows? Maybe in their hearts they're being truthful when they say, I support the Second Amendment. All that means is they don't understand what it means, or they pretend to not understand. I don't know. But when somebody tells you, oh, they can't get rid of the Second Amendment, you say, look, here's how this is going to happen. You can explain it. You get rid of this one law that protects these bogus junk lawsuits. You get one single decision that says, Ruger, you owe us $45 million because one of your guns was used in a crime and somebody got hurt. Do you think the stockholders are going to be okay with that? What's going to happen? Can you get investment? Can you get banking? Can you get financing? It's over. It's over. The Second Amendment, make no mistake about it, the Second Amendment is on the ballot this year. And I know, I get it. Some of you say, I can't do it. Can't vote for Trump. I don't care. don't think of it as voting for Trump. Think of it as voting for the Second Amendment. You have one vote is there will be no Second Amendment, and one vote is there will be a Second Amendment. If you don't vote, a non-vote is simply a vote for Hillary Clinton. Just is. I get it. Time to pull up your big boy pants. Time to suck it up. Get over yourself. And realize that sometimes in life, you face two choices, and neither one is the one that you really, truly want. But you do have choices. And isn't that a good thing? And aren't we proud to have that? Line 3, Jim in Elwood, Nebraska, real quickly. Hey, Jim.
Yes, good morning or good afternoon. I'm calling about one of your former callers on the 460 Roland.
Right.
I have one that was built by Clark Custom Guns. Now, that's been a few years ago.
Right.
And Clark Custom Guns had a list of pistols they would do this conversion on. They were all 1911 style pistols. And you cannot shoot a 45 ACP in a 460 Roland
I didn't
conversion.
think so because the headspace is off. Now he got this done at an outfit in Tulsa. If you go on the website on the web, it's 460roland.com. I am not familiar with this place. I don't know exactly who's doing the work, but it's 460roland.com. But I'm with you, Jim, because I'm looking at this and go, wait a minute. The 460 case is longer. The headspace is on the case. I don't know how you could shoot a shorter case 45 ACP in the same barrel. I'm going to look into that a little bit more, but I'm with you, man. I'm scratching my head. I mean, literally scratching my head going, I don't understand how that works. Maybe somebody else, if you know more about this, can fill me in. Obviously, if you know anything about it, you probably know more about it than I do. I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know what the deal is there, but I don't know how it will work. Help me out. 866-TALK-GUN gets you in there. I'm Tom Gresham. Be right back.
Want your opinion to make a difference? Log on to our website and take the Gun Talk poll, www.guntalk.com. Now, once again, opinion page regular contributor for the Washington Times, here's Tom.
All right, back at it. Basically open lines at the moment. Whatever you want to talk about, a gun that you shot, one you're thinking about getting, just different types of ammo. Ammo is always interesting. We shot a lot of different kinds of ammo with Mike McNett from Double Tap Ammo. We were out in Utah last week. Stopped by the Barnes Bullet Factory, too. Ben, they're making a lot of good ammo there. There's so much good ammo out there. We'll talk about ammo with one of our callers in just a second. But if you have a question or a comment or something you like, by all means, hey, just step in. We're just sitting around the old campfire, shooting the breeze, talking about stuff. 866-TALK-GUN. Get you in here. Tim is on line one. He is in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Hey, Tim, what's happening?
Yeah, good afternoon. I've got a Henry Golden Boy 22, and I just turned 60 this year, and I'm having a hard time seeing the end sight, right away. I can focus in on it, but it's taken me a while, and it's just, I think, part of age. So my question is this, twofold. Do you have a recommendation for a fiber optic, number one? And then I was listening to one of your shows from the SHOT Show, or not the SHOT Show, but the NRA show, and you were talking to a gentleman with, I think, XS sights.
Uh-huh.
And they, when you go to their site, I looked at their site, they show it for the Henry rifles, but it looks to be a factory-installed or factory option. Do you have any suggestions on a fiber optic or anything that XS would make?
Well, you might take another look. I don't think it'd be a factory sight. I mean, it's got to be aftermarket that you could put on if it's from XS sights because they make good stuff. That would be one. The other would be, I would probably, if it were me, go to the Brownells website because they have like lots and lots of different kinds of sights there and poke around, look at their website. And then if still confused, which is where I always end up being, I would call Brownells during regular work hours. I asked to speak to one of their techs. They have a whole big room full of very experienced gunsmiths, and just basically say, look, this is what I got. This is what I want to do. Which product will work on my particular rifle? And they go, okay, for that rifle, you want this. The world of sights is bewildering. I don't know how anybody can make sights that fit all the different guns we have. But the XS sights are excellent. They are easy for guys like us in our 60s and later to see. But I also am a huge fan of fiber optic sights. So either way, you're going to be okay. And I totally agree with where you're going on this, Tim. I think you're exactly where you need to be in terms of a sight that it's easier to see. But I would say take another look at the XS website. That's XS, like X-Ray Sierra, sights.com, or the Brownells, Brownells, Brownells.com. I wish you luck with it, my friend. James is on 2, going through Kansas. Hey, James, let's talk ammo.
Okay. What I'm curious about is, have you heard of an outfit that's referred to as Dynamic Research Technologies out of Albany, Missouri? They produce ammo that's referred to as DRT. And as my son Sniper told him, he said, that means dead right there.
That's what it means.
I have a 460 Roland that I've had for, gee whiz, at least a decade. And I'm really enamored about this little pistol, the conversion. What I'm planning on doing is I'm going up to Alaska for a caribou hunt in September. And I'm looking at using DRT on top of my 460 because it does open up such a massive wound channel. And if I run across a Kodiak, I don't want to be lunch.
Okay. I'm going to try to get you to change your thinking on that. And here's why. You're not looking for a massive wound to stop something on a Kodiak bear. You're looking for maximum penetration because it's a big, tough, and I emphasize big as in the bullet's got to go a long way to get to what you need to hit. And something that opens up, particularly if it's powdered metal, which is what DRT ammo is, it's powdered metal, it's going to open up fast. I don't know if you're going to get... Now, look, something that opens up fast can really drop a whitetail or a hog or something like that. But when you're looking for penetration, you need something that holds together. I would be looking for, if it were me, personally, I'd be shooting hard cast lead bullets. Solid lead, no copper jacket, non-expanding, just big old honking lead bullets that go fast. And the thing is, they don't even have to go fast. That's the other part of it. They'll just go deep. Double tap ammo, you might see if he has any 460. If he doesn't, he's got another load, what's called the 450 SMC, that you can shoot in any 45 ACP. It'll go through a hog. It'll go through most bears. Don't know if it'd go through a grizzly. But I would not want a quick opening, massive wound channel bullet if I were trying to stop a grizzly. I would want something that goes through a shoulder or into a skull or something, because you're already having a really seriously bad day. And I want penetration's everything. If you don't have penetration, you don't have anything. So I'm just going to ask you to take a look at your options on that and take a look at maybe something that's going to give you a little bit more penetration. Just my thinking on that, and I appreciate the call. We're always trying to find ammo that works really well, particularly handgun ammo. Well, why is that? Because handgun ammo is compromised. It is challenged. It doesn't have as much power as rifle ammo. And so that's why picking a good bullet is so darn important, particularly on a self-defense situation. It's worth your time and effort to research it, and even more so to test it. Besides that, testing is fun. Easy, simple, not very expensive way. Not a lot of cleanup. Buy 1 gallon jugs of water. You get them for like 89 cents at the grocery store. Line them up on a table. Shoot them with whatever you want to shoot. See how many jugs the bullet goes through. 2 or 3 is fine for two-legged varmints. 3 or 4 is fine for deer and elk. But for a bear, I want 5, 6, 7, whatever I could get out of it. But besides that, it's fun. You'll enjoy it. 866-TALK-GUN. Be right back.
The Ruger LCRX is a variation of the LCR that features an external hammer, allowing it to be fired in single-action mode. The LCRX can also be fired in double-action mode. It features a monolithic frame made from aerospace-grade 7000 series aluminum, a patented Ruger friction-reducing cam that results in a smooth, non-stacking trigger pull, and a patent-pending polymer fire control housing that significantly reduces weight and helps reduce recoil. The Ruger LCRX Revolver, another rugged, reliable firearm from Ruger.
I'm just as good as these guys. When will I get my chance to prove it?
Your chance is now. American Marksman is a nationwide series of target shooting competitions designed to give you your big break. Think you've got what it takes to go home with $50,000? Visit ammarksman.com to register today. That's ammarksman.com. American Marksman. Are you the one?
Attacks happen every day. How will you react? See real people put into real-life criminal attack situations on First Person Defender. Discover what works and what doesn't. Kidnapping, ATM robbery, home invasion, and other attacks. Learn how to save your life and the lives of your family. Get the entire first season on DVD at shopguntalk.com. Get prepared. Shopguntalk.com.
What's important in a gun safe? Security, reliability, safety, good looks? It all comes down to quality. Quality that's built in from the beginning. Liberty Safe has made quality products for 29 years right here in the USA. Trust your guns, your valuables, and your safety to Liberty Safe. Did you ever regret buying quality? I didn't think so. Get the best. Whatever your budget, get a Liberty Safe. LibertySafe.com.
Back with you. Let's see if we can get a little help on this whole 460 rolling thing. Go down to line 1. Don's with us out of Bedford, Oregon. Hey, Don, help me out, man.
Well, you know, Tom, with the discussion about the 460 Roland and the 45, I reload 9mm Parabellum. I have occasionally gotten the 380 mixed up in my brass. It'll load, and it'll actually function in the gun, but it's not head spacing properly. The 380 is just being held in place by the extractor on the bolt face
sure,
until
that would
it
work.
Fires. Does that make sense?
Makes all the sense
works,
in the world.
but it isn't the right thing to do.
Yeah, for those who don't know, head spacing, it's how you keep, when a cartridge goes into the chamber of a firearm, pistol or rifle, head spacing is the aspect of the chamber, the inside of the barrel, that keeps it from going too far. It stops it from moving forward and positions the cartridge case where it's supposed to be. And Don, thank you. That makes all the sense in the world. Head spacing. If you have a 30-06, a bottleneck cartridge, when you put the cartridge in the chamber, the head space is on a specific point on the shoulder as it goes from the body of the cartridge and then tapers down to the bullet part, the neck. There's a place on the shoulder that hits the front of the chamber in the rifle and stops the cartridge from moving forward. That's head spacing. If you have a belted cartridge, like a 7mm Remington Magnum or a 300 Winchester Magnum, it head spaces on the belt. The belt is what hits a part of the chamber and keeps it from moving forward. On a rimmed cartridge, like a 38 Special, it's the rim that keeps it from moving farther forward in the chamber of a revolver, for instance. But on a 45 ACP or a 9mm, there's no rim, there's no shoulder. All there is the mouth, the end of the cartridge case, the part where the bullet is inserted into the cartridge case. And so the chamber is cut in the barrel in such a way that that case mouth moves forward and hits a little bitty lip in the barrel and stops the cartridge case from moving forward. If the cartridge was too short, imagine this, the cartridge is too short, it's going to go further into the barrel. And imagine it would go all the way in, and now it's, call it a 1/10 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch away from the firing pin. It won't even go off, right? But what Don was saying, which is exactly true, the extractor on your 1911 or your pistol will grab that cartridge case and hold on to it and hold it back against the breech face so that the firing pin can, in fact, hit the primer and it'll go off, but it's still not headspace correctly. Probably affects your accuracy. Probably going to screw up your brass. Just because it goes off doesn't mean it's a good thing. Let me repeat that. Just because it goes off does not mean it's a good thing. Maybe Michael can help on that on line 4, calling out of Baltimore, Maryland. Hey, Michael, what are we talking about? Range safety officers?
Yes, Tom, I recently got certified as an RSO, and I'm trying to get my foot in the door in the industry, wondering if you have any advice for me.
What do you want to do?
I got certified as an RSO, and I also got certified as a basic rifle instructor with the NRA, and just want to get a job at a range if I can, but it seems like without any experience, I'm having some trouble here.
Well, what you have to do is go get experience, and you do that by volunteering. You go work every match you can find. You work every class you can find as an RSO. You have to work with... Here's the thing. Nobody's going to trust you as an RSO until they know you or until you have, some time and experience. And I hate to put it this way, but if you have just become an RSO, you don't know anything. You don't know anything. You don't have any experience. I wouldn't hire you. I wouldn't trust anybody who doesn't come in with experience. And yeah, you went through the class and all of that. It's kind of like somebody that comes out of concealed carry class. I say, that's wonderful. You've checked the box. You don't know anything. And people go, what do you mean? So, I'm just telling you, you don't know anything yet. You don't have it yet. So in your case, I think what you need to do is find matches that are going on and say, hey, guys, I'd like to volunteer as an RSO. They love having volunteers. Or there's a class going on. You say, look, guy, could I volunteer to just be an assistant RSO to help you out, give you another set of eyes? Do that as much as you can, and after a while, you'll get to know the people who are involved, who are holding the matches, who are having gun stores, and you're also building up your resume, and then you can come in and say, hey, I have RSO'd at all of these matches, and this kind of, this thing and this other thing. The other thing, and I'm going to suggest to you here, and let me ask you a question, Michael. What other classes have you taken, gun schools you've gone to, anything like that?
I've got 5 years military experience.
Doesn't count.
Doesn't count. All right, well, basically just the two classes from the NRA.
Okay, you don't have any experience then. I'm just telling you, and let me just say this, it's going to really tick off some people who don't know, and the people who do know are going to nod their heads. Military experience has no bearing on this. You didn't get taught anything. I'm just telling you, you got taught nothing that is of very much use here. My suggestion to you is to take every class you can take, go to every gun school, every gun class you can take, every gun fighting school you can take, become an avid student where you're going to classes everywhere you can, because here's what's going to happen. You're going to see instructors teaching classes. You're going to go, oh, okay, that's why they did that. Oh, I get that. Okay, I see what's going on there. Right now, all you know is what you learned in class, and you just don't have any experience on that. So I would say volunteer as much as you can and try to take every class you can take, whether it's a handgun class, a shotgun class, a rifle class, a self-defense class, and find the very best instructors you can. Spend some money if that's what you want to be doing. If this is a serious thing for you, go out there and get it done. But you need to spend hundreds of hours on the range doing this. I wish there was a shorter way, but there isn't. There's just no other way. I appreciate the call. Range safety officer, RSO, very rewarding. And you can tell the ones who are good at it and sometimes those who are not. Hey, don't go far. We'll be right back with more gun talk. All right, back with you. Joe's on line 3, Garden City, Kansas. Joe, what's your question, please?
Yeah, Tom, I've been researching AR-15s lately, and I noticed that there's a 1 in 7, 1 in 8, and 1 in 9 twist, and I was wondering what those different twists mean, if they're attached to bullet weights and that kind of stuff, or if they really
all that means is, literally the rifling and the barrel will turn one complete revolution in 7 inches, in 8 inches, or in 9 inches for the ones you described. Obviously, a 1 in 7 twist means it's going to put a faster spin on the bullet. The idea being that longer bullets like we're using these days, 72, even 77 grain bullets up into the 80s, need a faster twist rate or they won't stabilize. They'll actually turn over end, like a punt, a football that's been punted. That is not good. So, but if you're going to be shooting 55 grain bullets pretty much all the time, then don't worry about it. Almost any twist rate will work for you. If you're going to be shooting the longer, long-range bullets, then you probably want a little bit faster, a 1 in 8, even a 1 in 7 inch twist. But that's what twist rate is all about. Look, Joe, I appreciate that. I got to see if I can get as many people in as I can here. Jeffrey's on line 2, Van Buren, Arkansas. Jeffrey, your question, please.
Yes, Tom. How concerned should the average shooter here in Arkansas, and there are a lot of folks here that use .22 long rifle ammunition for practice and such. How concerned should they be regarding the safety, the safety and the feeding and long-term storage for .22 ammunition? A lot of this stuff seems like it's passing through their quality control. And a lot of it is. I've received empty.
Let me stop you because I'm trying to get a bunch of people in. Your question is: should we worry about long-term storage? Is that it?
Yes, and feeding and accuracy, because a lot of the bullets can be tweaked and spun around on the casings.
Okay. Buy good ammo. It'll last for 50 years. That's a pretty short answer, but there it is. Buy good ammo. Simple as that. Ty, Elko, Nevada, line 1. We're going to get you in here. Go ahead, Ty, real quick.
Hi, Tom. Yeah, I'm looking to do a stock swap on a Remington 700, and I'm looking at an Accuracy International. Now, I have a 300 Ultra Mag, and everything I've seen that Accuracy International has says that you could put the rifle in there, but they don't make magazines that actually will chamber the 300 Ultra Mag. Some people I've read on use the 338 Lapua mags, and they milled down the front rib on the magazine, and I was wondering if there's any issues with that at all.
I don't know. I've never done that before. So what you're not really asking about the stock. You're asking about a magazine, then.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. I don't know what people are doing for the 300 Ultra Mag when you want to have a replaceable box magazine on there. So you can send it to me, and I have a Dremel tool. I'm not sure what you'd get back, but am I going to have some fun? We'll take pictures of me making sparks. You don't want to do that. The other thing I would do is I would talk to the guys at Accuracy International. Also, one other possibility, not a magazine deal, but you might, if you're looking at stocks, talk to the guys at Macmillan. MacMillanUSA.com, Kelly McMillan, premier, very, very, very accurate stocks, kind of my go-to people on that type of thing. Just another voice out there and bounce it off of them. There's not much that they haven't seen. My guess is they might be able to help you out as well. So it's MacMillanUSA.com. Talk to Kelly or one of the guys there. Those are all handmade to order, no mass-produced stocks there. In fact, we're going to have a show about that in about 5-6 weeks on our Gun Venture show, starting on Sportsman Channel. We went out there and visited Kelly, visited Robar, had a bunch of fun, rode bulls, drove four-wheelers through Sedona. Tons of fun. Hey, it's all about having fun with the guns, isn't it? Be right back.